Welcome to the RS800.
Benvenuto alla classe RS800 qui in Italia a Torbole.
Bem-vindo ao Campeonato Europeu de Vela RS800 2020.
Bienvenue à l'Européen RS800 2023.
To the RS800 European Championships 2023.
In Italia.
I'm one of those people.
Day 1.
Jour 1.
È il giorno 1, benvenuti alla classe RS800 qua in Italia, sul lago di Garda a Torbole.
Fleet Cam is on board 1207, Phil Walker and John Mather, last year's silver medalists. They spent most of the opening race in third, before capitalising on Mariah and Tommy's Hallied failure to move into second. In the second race, the boys started just below Tom and Guy. Rolling over James and Eddie, and then Luke and Emma to lead the left. Tom and Guy came in from mid-right to round ahead. Riding a good gust, Phil and John worked a lower lane, matching jive with the reigning champions. At the leeward gate, they judged the approach better, completing one fewer jives to split the gate, take the lead, and never look back. Three points from day one gave them the championship lead.
Phil, which side of the beat do you go today?
We went middle left in the first race, predominantly because we weren't confident enough to start the starboard end, so we just started further down the line and then tacked when everyone else tacked. It actually worked out quite well. Battling with yourself, Tom Morris, Guy Fillmore, Luke and Emma, and we would have been battling with Mariah and Tommy, but they were so far ahead and then things broke, so I feel sorry for them.
Day 2.
Dia 2.
Giorno 2.
Jour 2.
Today, Fleet Cam is on board with the Doe brothers from Thorney Island. In this race, they started committee boat end and tacked early to find a clear lane to the cliffs. Unfortunately, the leaders came from mid-left. In a tight mid-pack, they fought through to 12, a solid counter.
See? Still back to the club. 15. I think we can go. Twin wiring there, aren't they?
In race 4, Tom and Guy capitalised on a poor downwind leyline call by Mariah and Tommy to take the lead.
So I'd say now we're probably over ourselves. Ready? Still happy with that? You're clear on Mariah? Yeah.
Before defending upwind against Luke and Emma. Two first and a second would see them rise to match event leaders Luke and Emma after 5 races sailed.
Leaders after day 2 of the RS800 European Championships. Luke, where were the big game features today?
Well, it was there was a lot of rolling of the dice today. There was kind of equal chance whether you went left or right, but you had to go hard one way or the other. So people were taking a big chance, and a lot of people who were not normally at the front of the fleet managed to get it right and round the windward mark ahead of the favourites. So it really mixed it up. It was really good fun. There was a bit of a kind of a top 4 or 5 developing. Tom and Guy, absolutely rocket ship. They won the first 2 races. Phil and John doing very well. They were last night's leaders. Mariah and Tommy also just super quick. So it was really close nip and tuck racing, and as I said, mixing up with some other teams who are not used to being at the front, so that was great.
Day 3.
Giorno 3.
Dia 3.
Jour 3.
Day 3, and fleet cameras aboard Brian and Anna. Sniggling through at the committee boat end, they cleared their lane quickly and headed out to the cliffs. The previous night's storm spelt an early end for the day's aura, and in the dying breeze the wind bend on the left paid, leaving the IP config duo battling to save a countable result.
Day 4.
Dia 4.
Giorno 4.
Jour 4.
Day 4, Fleetcam moved to Ben and Bruna with their distinctive orange racks and trim stripes. Set back from the line, they hold a good lane over to the favoured left as a deep hole develops on the right and leeward end of the course. By the finish, it's a real drift, but the duo holds on for an 11th and their best score of the regatta. For the afternoon, we ride with Tom and Guy, starting to leeward of Mariah and Tommy in the midline. Popping out from the bunch, they head back to the right. holding out on a tight lay to round on the tail of the leading pack, who all came out of the hard right. They pulled through 4 boats on the first downwind. Before slipping by race leader Gilles and Heloise on the final upwind ley line. Jibe setting for the now favourable western cliffs. Despite a U flag in the previous race, this gives the reigning champions a slender lead heading into the final day.
Today was an interesting one. It's kind of a day of two halves. In the morning it was chasing the last of the breeze around the lake, and then this afternoon we were back to the similar strategy of all week, whether it was to hit the cliffs on the left hand side for the wind bend or go to the cliffs on the right for the pressure. So it was interesting. I think there was a few more faces. Gilles had an epic race in the last one. We just managed to sneak by. Saw Ed and Claire up there as well with some strong mark rounding. So a few new faces, but also the boys, Phil and John, they're still around. Luke and Emma are still around. Mariah and Tommy still around. So the points are really close.
Day 5.
For the final day, Morris and Fillmore needed 1 win from the 2 races scheduled to guarantee victory. At the first opportunity, they tacked for the favoured cliffs in the building aura wind and led from the first mark until the finish.
So that's the conclusion of the RS800 European Championships of 2023. We've had an absolutely fantastic time on Lake Garda, tight racing throughout the fleet. I think it's been a great vibe on and off the water, lots of shared learning, camaraderie, and we're certainly looking forward to coming back. If you've enjoyed what you've seen on this video and you want to get involved with the class, then please drop us a message, and we always look to welcome new sailors to the fold.
I think this is a duet. Something, girl. Yeah, you doing the Lady Gaga bit? Are you happy in this modern world? Do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. I'll wait till your bit. In all the good times I found myself longing.
If all our bits going down there, it might be worth. Oh, look at this.
I'm suffering myself. You're up, guy.
Oh, am I?
I think this is your bit.
I've no idea what the words are.
Tell me something good. Or tell me something boy, I think.
Tell me something, boy.
What next? I need to be tired.